Hi everybody. Welcome y'all. Let me give the people some time to get in here, okay? We just started. Hey Monroe, how are you, love? I just saw your picture. Shout out to you. Hey Sandra. Hey Sarah Lynn. Hey everybody. Hey Dee Dee. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna give the people some time to get in here because I literally just started. Now let me make sure. Hey Julia, how are you? Let me make sure that the audio is working? Okay, I think it is. I think it is. Make sure. Still working. Everybody, hey everybody, hey everybody, hey everybody. I'm getting better. You don't need time this time. It's like I'm awake now. Okay. Welcome everybody. I'm gonna let the people get in here a little bit because, and I know there's a lot going on right now, and I just don't. I don't know. I might do another video about this, just depending on kind of where everybody's at. Everybody's been messaging me, emailing me, messaging me about the situation. I don't know. Is this light bugging people? No, what's up? This like light right here. Sorry, y'all. It's bugging me. It's definitely bugging me. I'll have to figure it out. You miss. I'm sorry. I'm sick, so I got like a lot of stuff, sinuses and stuff like that. Um, yeah. Hold up, y'all. Let me fix this real quick because that's gonna bother me. Maybe it's the light color. Hold up. Oh yeah, that's I guess a little bit better. Shiny. It's a lot of lights. One sec, y'all. Alrighty. Why does that? Oh my gosh. While we wait for people to get in here, I'm gonna set this up right here, y'all. Come on in, and be chatting up in the chat. Hold up, y'all. Okay, that's better. It just bothered me because it was like hitting right in the eye. Chat, y'all need a chat. That's right. You said it correctly. Um, Everybody come through, come through. I'm gonna let the people get in here. I know I just started and everybody's in different areas. Maybe the camera angle down a little bit might help. I think that's it. I got the light covered up. The light was bothering me. Okay. I might do another live on this. Even though I really don't want to, but I might have to. You did Shauna B. I think Nora's still alive. Shout out to Nora. She's still alive. Um, Shout out to Natalie. I saw her video as well. And who else? Serge. I saw the video. I saw Miriam's post. Shout out to Miriam. I saw a lot of people. All right, so let's get it together because I have a lot of thoughts in my mind. I said, I'm just gonna process this shit out. I don't have an agenda. I don't have any notes. I don't have any notes. Okay, it's just me thinking in my thoughts. Okay, and let me give you guys a little bit more about what's going on. I got my toilet paper here too. Very demure. Um. Okay, that's better. So yesterday, there was a series of videos that dropped from Mike Rinder's account. And um I don't think a lot of us have seen Mike Rinder in a while. You know, clearly Mike Rinder's not doing very well. Okay. And let me start by saying this because I think it's important. Where I come from, people, anybody that is sick or facing the situation that they're facing where they're like at the end of anything and they want to get some words out and they have something to say, um and we may not always agree with what they have to say, you listen, right? I don't know Mike personally. I've never met him, never had a conversation with him. I remember Mike. I remember watching the aftermath. I remember watching the shows and just feeling like, wow, it's amazing. The show that's exposing this cult that a lot of us had been told was a religion, and everything that it's doing. It's everything seemed fine, right? I don't think he'll ever watch one of my videos, and that's absolutely fine. But I will say this, um, Mike, I am really sorry that you're going through what you're going through. Truly, I have so much empathy in my heart seeing you the way that you are right now. I can't imagine having children and having to, figure things out for them, right? Can't imagine. And I grew up with both of my parents. Both of my parents are still alive. And even, I'm about to be 40 this year. Even the idea of not being able to have my parents today, tomorrow would still hurt me, you know? So I want you to know that regardless of what's been put out there, I still have like empathy. And I'm sorry because I would never wish anybody to be sick or deteriorating or anything like that, y'all. I just don't. It's not in me. No matter how, for me, now I'm not a victim in Scientology, so please note this is coming from a different side. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going through and that your family is currently going through what they're going through. I definitely wouldn't wish illness or anything like that to anybody. Okay? On a human level, on a person, just on a level, um, I'm sorry. I truly am. Um, there was a lot that was said yesterday by Mike's videos, and I will say that I was very lost. I did watch all of them. I had so many people email me and let me know you got mentioned here and you got mentioned here and this is what happened and yada 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 yada. I was not going to go live yesterday. Shout out to the Discord. I told you guys I was not going to go live, and that's what I meant. I was not going to go live. Okay. Um. It. I'm trying to understand this. All right, because these videos are about exposing Aaron, right? Is that what that's how I understand it? That we're going to expose Aaron on these videos. That's what we're going to do. We're going to expose all of the abuses that, Aaron has done and everything that has happened between the time that he was, president or co-president of this foundation. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to expose Aaron, right? And then it goes into exposing everybody else, exposing what happened in Colombia, exposing what happened over here, his behavior, all this stuff that quite frankly, I don't care about what Aaron did in any country or in the consenting whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But it gave, I guess, more for him at least. He said, "Oh, okay, this is going to give you guys the truth of what's been behind Aaron's departure, right?" Okay. The people that hate Aaron are going to continue to hate Aaron. What am I, or what are, I guess, the unveiling of this? Because to me, what was said was, did we know this information? He got let go of this foundation. Okay. Aaron, his decision making is not the best. Okay. And the push for people to stand on one side to the next. And so I sat there and I was like, I don't know what does it What does that matter? Okay? Doesn't. Then something got released about how, specifically for Miriam sat with Alex the Rabbit, which would be me, right? And leaked this document that, according to him, had been leaked, that had been given to Jenna. So right there, the victim had lost privilege. Whatever confidentiality privilege she had put out, it was gone the minute that it was leaked. Then it went from there. It went over to Aaron and a bunch of, that's what it sounds like, right? So when I said months ago that this document had been leaked, that's accurate. It had been leaked to a lot of people. Who said it, how they did it, what they came about it. To me, I wasn't tracing that. I wasn't. This attorney leaves the foundation and the Child USA Foundation. And so then they're wanting to question it. Mike says that he consulted with a bunch of attorneys, and it sounds like Brian Kent will no longer be disciplined based on the leaking of this document. But I thought the investigation was confidential. So if the investigation is confidential, how do we know that the outcome, how do we know that there's an outcome of this already? I'm really confused by this, right? When I talked about Brian Kent, there were so many people that came out and talked about Brian Kent as well. I'm going to show you guys a tweet of a person. This was May 4th. Okay. After the information came out about Brian Kent, this person writes right here, this is on Twitter, says, "Hey, Leah and Mike Rinder, I've been trying to piece together how attorney Brian Kent got the level of prominence and credibility that he did. Almost everyone I've spoken to with has said I met him through Leah or I met him through Mike." Okay. And this is basically a whole kind of, this person who had worked with Brian Kent lists this all out here. She says, "Given that all three of the names have been used by Kent as reference for his credibility in addition to our work with Child USA, do you see how it might be important for us to explain the nature of our relationships with them? Brian used his relationship with you and me to find clients, retain their trust. Before I get sent to Mike's vague blog post, please hear me out. I'm a victim. I'm not asking questions as a Scientology plant. I'm asking as someone who has a responsibility to those I put Kent in Kent's path. I'm asking as a victim. I believe you also have a responsibility. When Brian sold me as an attorney, he said, I'm I am close friends and work regularly with Leah, giving me his confidence. Can you please release a statement of what you know and what you're what you're doing to pursue the justice and trust and truth of all victims? Respectfully, Hannah Kate Williams." This was May 4th. There were so many people, and it was allegedly said too by Child USA that the FBI was investigating, the stuff with Brian Kent. And there were other people that we didn't even know about that also were aware of what was happening and also came forward after the information had been released. To say, to say that the bar won't discipline Brian Kent, then that's assuming an outcome that has not been released yet. That I thought all of this was confidential, right? To say that the bar won't investigate and won't discipline is assuming an outcome unless the outcome's already been established. But you guys referred victims to this lawyer. That's what y'all did. So help me understand. I guess I'm trying to understand here, right? Like the shift blaming or the pushing the narrative. It is, and this is what he said. He said, I spend time and dedicated my time helping out these people, all these people, and he names all the people that he's helped out. But you were like the mover and shaker of this cult, right? He was. Are we going to overlook that? Are we just going to like, okay, he helped out? I would hope that that would be expected of you, right? That if you had anything to do with people being moved to certain areas or the decision making behind the cult or anything pertaining to people's lives, I would think that you would have something to do with helping people get out of this cult, right? I would hope that it would be more than just sitting on a live stream talking about fucking Tom Cruise. That was the whole thing, right? And the pushback that people would get anytime we had an opinion that didn't sit well or any fucking criticism of Mike Rinder, one or the other, it just wasn't allowed. It wasn't permitted. The trolling that would happen. This has nothing to do with his illness. I am truly sorry that you're going through this. I am. I feel horrible. But I'm not a victim of that cult. So I can't say I speak for everybody that's involved. I was watching Natalie's video, right? And Natalie was pointing something out that I was like, yeah, like what the fuck is this all about, right? That it's become this division of Mike Rinder versus Aaron Smith Levin or this person versus Aaron Smith Levin. And somehow the narrative has been pushed that this is a person that's running this cult. That I'm not in anybody. First of all, I do my own thing. I don't care for the in between. I'm not part of boards. I'm not part of DMs. I'm not part of the heat. I'm not part of the group messaging or anything like that. And people have expected me to take a stand against Aaron Smith Levin time and time again, or another person in the community time and time again. And I sit there and I'm like, oh, when you mean take a stand, when you mean that I can't, that I actually have to do a video, that's what taking a stand means, right? In the sense of like, you have to be able to do one or another. And if you don't say this, and if you don't agree with this, then you must be for this person. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, y'all can have it. I don't know what else to do. We're not going to like, I don't get this, y'all. I sat there and I said, I don't know. You guys, I like everybody involved. I don't agree with half of the shit that people say. I don't. I don't. I don't agree with half of these people. I don't agree with people's lifestyles. But do I sit here and create a video about their lifestyle? No, because I have a lot of empathy for the second and third gens of people that have left this cult and have said, I've been through some shit and I'm relearning life. Y'all realize when people go through trauma and they go through separation, whatever it may be, you guys realize that the age is actually just a number mentally sometimes. That people don't always evolve at the time that we want them to evolve, right? You do realize that. I just want to make sure. But somehow people have become experts into what another person needs to do. You are the leader of a foundation. You cannot be fucking around. And you are a leader of a foundation. And you were also the leader of OSA. And you must repent. And you, it is like, what the hell is going on? But I'm not allowed to have empathy for anybody. It must be a video and I must do it publicly. And then if I don't, you get doxxed, you get exposed. Or what about Reese? The hate train behind that woman. And I get it. You know, her life is very open. She's made a decision. She has made a decision to openly talk about her life. She's talked about all kinds of things in her life. And I praise her for that. Why? Because that's healing. It may not be the healing that y'all want to do, but it's the healing that she's decided to do. And as a woman, I'm not going to fucking set us back. I'm not going to set us back. I don't give a shit if she talks about her hoo-ha. I don't care. I don't care. It's none of my, I don't care. And if I don't care, I just don't watch it. Girl, do your thing. I do not care. Weird. So weird to get caught up in that shit. Honestly. I don't know. And like I said, I'm gonna have a little, I have empathy. Believe it or not, I have a lot of empathy for Mike Rinder. Okay. I do. But I don't expect Miriam Francis to have empathy. I don't expect Serge to have empathy. And what I thought was so interesting is that a lot of names were mentioned throughout this whole thing. Okay. Because there was a lot of names mentioned. But one name that was not mentioned was Serge Del Mar, right? And I was sitting there and I was like, there's a couple names that this man didn't mention. I helped this person. I helped this person. When Serge and several other people, you know what they want? They want fucking answers. They want people to do something. I'm telling you, and I heard it yesterday in Serge's video where he said, you know, I can accept that this is what you did, but you also have a duty to undo the shit that you stood behind when you were in this fucking cult running a certain thing, right? That's what you call fucking what? Penance? When you go up there and you said, hey, I'm going to try to undo the things that I have done. I'm going to try to do better by this. You guys, I have to educate the people. Okay, I have to do that. And how dare you? How dare you? Then throw it in their faces that they're not allowed to revisit their story, that they're not allowed to tell details of their story that implicates you in a way that really visually see a bigger picture, because trauma is so unique, you guys. We all have it different. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way that you're going to sit there and tell me not only how to heal, but what my story was under your fucking watch. Can't do that to me. As an Everin, I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it's like to be in. I don't know what it's like, what Miriam's life was like. I don't know what that was. I don't know what Serge's life was like. I don't know what Laura FM or Aaron or Reese or anybody's life was like. I don't know what their life was like. I don't know what their life was like. Um, I hear their stories. I can share them. And maybe there might be little pieces where I'm like, I get this part. I get it. I get it. I get it. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it's like to have your parents not defend you, even as crazy as my childhood was. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be Taryn. right? Mike Rinder's daughter and whatever children he has in that cult, or Jenna, or any of these people. I don't know, because I've never been put in a situation where my parents wouldn't fight for me, even though my childhood was fucking hard as hell. I don't know what it's like. I don't. So I can't even like pretend to, right? I'm confused that if this is Mike Rinder's last time, that the legacy that you're leaving behind is a bunch of videos that talk about Aaron Smith Levin and then the other people, the other victims. I'm confused by this legacy. I really am. That is the message that we're leaving behind. And you know what's so crazy? If Aaron decides to make a video and respond, then it would be Aaron is attacking a sick, dying man. So he can't even really talk about this. I mean, I'm just thinking logistically, like this wouldn't be like it would be your word against his word, right? Like, it's weird. And if Aaron was all these things that was said, I, I, I don't care. I just, for me, it's like, okay, did the cult create all of this? Did the cult create all of these, defected things in this thing? And so then wouldn't that have given you the energy to say, you know what? These are traits that this cult created. And this is generational. And therefore, I'm going to make sure that there's no more kids in Scientology moving forward so that it doesn't fuck up generations after generations, right? Some people it's protesting outside, and some people it's doing something different. I'm so confused by all of that energy. I sat there and I said, Lord have mercy. Okay. Renee says, Mike did not reveal anything. New shit's different day. You're right. You're right, real deal. Sometimes it can be an ill man that could have hurt you. The decisions that an ill man made. Hell, Harvey Weinstein is ill behind bars. People will say, especially if you're a victim of any of this, you're going to speak out. But it didn't become that. Yeah, you're right, Rachel. This choice is informing us of the people he truly is. I think he thinks taking over the Aftermath Foundation and winning a Grammy is all the atonement that he needs. It really, I was really confused, y'all. And I said, I don't have an agenda. I might go live and talk about this maybe after I process this a little bit more. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. Like, you guys, honestly, and I mean this, I promise y'all, I'm not going to get mad. If there is something that I'm missing, please tell me in the comments, because I will go live about this after I process this. I have been sick. So yesterday took me by surprise. You guys know that I have been exposing all this other stuff. I've been looking at different things, and there's just been so much infighting with what's been happening with everybody that I've been exhausted, truly have been. I said, listen, I don't want to have to pick sides. I don't want to be a nuisance to this. I love everybody. There's a lot of shit that's not being said that I have not said, and maybe I fucking need to at this point, and maybe at some point I will. There's a lot, okay, and there's so many moving parts to this that I'm like, you didn't tell everything. You didn't, but you told what you felt was beneficial for you to expose Aaron so that people won't be hurt. That's what he said. But you didn't tell everything. You didn't say everything that I'm so confused. I feel like there's so much more to this. I don't know, y'all. Hold up. I'm sorry. I'm like lost. And Jill and Wim, thank you. Finji, thank you guys. Sorry. I'm like in my own thoughts, you guys. I am so sorry. Thank you for gifting memberships. You guys know what we do over here. If you guys got gifted, put some hearts in the chat, please and thank you. Hold up. Shit. I'm so behind comments. Kraken, hey Kraken, I got a chance to check out your website, by the way. Thank you, love. You said not being able to understand experiences differing from our own is why behind my new channel at Join the Thunder Human Center Cause Driven for Social Impact Storytelling. You need to share with me the link, Kraken. Thank you so much for the $10. Kraken has been in the community exposing a lot of different things. Thank you. Kraken for the 10. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't even tell you. Like last night, I took some melatonin. I'm still congested. I'm still thinking about. I was like, and then everybody was shut up. Listen, I got a lot of emails. All right, a lot of emails, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Thank you. You're giving a good core. You're giving a good core perspective. Maybe you'll make more later, but no one should expect it from you. Um, Lord have mercy. I don't know what to say. How about the facts that he said that he was great friends with? You're talking about ASL's wife, but didn't say anything to her. I don't know, Rachel. That's what I'm saying. It's like, um, I don't know because I'm not part of the I'm not part of foundations. I'm not part of the group messages. Have I talked to Aaron before? Yeah. Have I talked to Nora before? Yes. Have I talked to Miriam and Serge and a couple other people outside of this? Yeah, I have. I absolutely have. And they're great people. And I'm not gonna start trashing Aaron now because of what Mike Rinder said and what he exposed about the foundation. You know what I see? Let me tell y'all what I see. This here, there's never going to be any community where no division exists because you're going to have the people that are going to take what Mike Rinder has said. And I get it. Maybe they have built some bonds close, but there's also this like gap where there's a lack of understanding of how people feel like people need to act, and then like this it's a generational gap. And then there's people that have benefited from each foundation, right? You have people, my understanding, I don't know names or anything, but that won't speak ill against Mike Rinder or any of the people from the aftermath because of the simple fact that they have financially benefited from the help that that foundation has given them. And I get it. I get it, man. You're not going to speak ill about a foundation that has helped you. Completely get it. You could probably say the same with SPTV, right? Like it just depends. But I'm not in any boards, and I'm sure as hell that none of these foundations are perfect. That they can do all so much better about the things that they do and they say, both offline and online. And I get it. I get it. But I'm not going to make a video about it because I like all the people involved. And that is not my like, yo, what are people expecting? I didn't even know Mike made another video until I saw your live title. Rinder still doesn't get it and is his own attitude and words, etc. That puts me off. It's been months and Rinder, wow. And then there's the Rinder defenders, right? Like there are people that have defended him. And for him to just put some shit out there about, well, now so and so is not going to be disciplined. Are you sure about that? How can you say that this investigation is confidential or it's been confidential and yet you know the outcome of it? How does that work? And then one of the things that I'll never understand, all right? Just saying. You know that video, right? Where ASL he had the issue with Juliana, right? Where did that come from? Did it not come from you? Where did this video like there's so many unanswered questions. Where did all this come from? Is he the only one? Were people not able or not unable to ask the questions that they needed to ask about what they went through, the decisions and the people behind those decisions? Were people not able to just ask questions? Tracy, there's got to be something else besides a book. Maybe there's more. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me tell y'all something, all right? It's literally been like it's about to be a year. We're in November, right? It's about to be a year since all of this kind of kicked off. Literally a year. And I still remember the first video. I've done a couple videos about, Aaron and a couple things in the Danny Masterson case and all that other stuff, right? I did a video and a bunch of people came into my chat and they talked about, the Aftermath Foundation and what happened there. And there's so much in between that people don't even know. But maybe it's time that people know. Like maybe it's time that people understand that not everything's being put out there the way that it needs to. I saw email communications where Aaron was voted out, or like I at least they didn't want to tell Aaron directly. I saw the email communications. I saw what was going on. I saw why the other person left. I knew. I'm not going to put that out there, but I knew. Um and not everything's being put out there. It's weird to me. That's what I'm saying, Lizzie. It's like he's damn if he does or damn if he doesn't. He can't, honestly, because if he says like I that's how I would feel. Even now, I'm like, well, do I discredit what this person is saying who, like he has a lot of people that support him. There's a lot of empathy out there because of the situation that's happening. I personally feel some type of way about, what's happening, even speaking, and I'm not speaking ill. You've never heard me disrespect, you've never heard me call him out of his name. But yet I've been called a dog on a letter written by an attorney over some questions that we had. And I didn't write the questions to support a victim that they have supported at some point. But y'all never heard me call him any type of name. I would never. He could call me all kinds of names. He called a lot of people a lot of names. I mean, between zoo animals and insects, I don't know what else. But I never did that. I never did that. I would never. And I still wouldn't. You don't know me. So yeah, like I would imagine that I don't know, like, and then you have the backing of a celebrity. I didn't even call him a criminal, Wim. I didn't even take it there. I didn't. None of it. Never. I would never sit there and make fun of his death or anything like that because I wasn't raised that way, y'all. Like I just I have a lot of empathy in my heart. Even hold up, let me block some. Lord have mercy. Let me block some people here. Who are you? Man. I wouldn't even I don't know, man. I don't know. You said he didn't add anything new? Anything that's not already been said that shout out to Marilyn because I know she's been exposing a lot of shit. Shout out to her. And I mean, I don't blame Marilyn. I do not blame Marilyn whatsoever for going out there. Girl, I mean, I don't give a shit. I would be doxing the shit out of these people too if I was her. Hmm. I'm sorry, but you come for my family or my children and stuff like that when I haven't done anything to you. Over giving commentary, yeah, I would be doing the same. I don't blame her whatsoever. She's gonna do she's gonna do what she's gonna do. You could see me at court or something if you felt like my doxing was malicious. But I get it. I get it. I don't blame Marilyn whatsoever for doing the shit that she's doing. I don't. Shout out to her. But the legacy has become, let me expose Aaron Smith Levin so people don't fall for the shit that Aaron Smith Levin does. And I'm like, Mike, you're giving him way too much credit. Like, what the fuck? You're also acting like people here don't have a mind of their own. You know what I mean? Like, even let's just say this. All right. Let's just say that um Aaron did something to me that I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm exposing you, right?" And even then, I'm the kind of person, a lot of people know this now until I can't. Some people know that I'm the kind of person that you can always reach out to me offline until you can't. And then if it's become a point where we can't reach, that's fine. I'll never take some shit online, and I have learned this the hard way, believe me, that I can't solve. If I can't solve it with you one to one, then I typically walk away until I get pushed to do something. And typically it's who drew first blood first. That's how I am, right? That's how I am. I believe in the good of people. I do. I believe that people can do good even when they've done some pretty shitty ass things. I believe in second chances. I always give people the benefit of the doubt until I can't. And I've been done dirty online, like really bad. Um I've shared that before. I'm not ashamed of the decisions that I've made in my life, and I've made some pretty stupid decisions. Um because at the end of the day, like, aren't we we're supposed to evolve, we're supposed to learn, right? And that's what the second gens are doing, right? They're evolving and they're learning, and they make stupid shit and decisions, and they do what they do. That's what we're supposed to do as humans. I didn't know that everything required perfection. Now, some people live out loud, some people live online, so you're going to get the trolls that are going to, you know, want to whatever, amplify the mistakes that you make or the shit that you say or the things that you do, because that's just how it is, y'all. That's life. There's some people that do that, and typically, like, the people in that community, I mean, they don't show themselves because they know that they would be served the same. How safe? How safe of you, right? But even if you guys don't like Aaron or agree with them, I don't give a shit. There's a lot of people that are subscribed to me that don't like Aaron, and that's fine. but I am not an Aaron hate channel, and I'm not about to do a fucking live on how y'all don't like Aaron. Therefore, we must stick together. Hell, there's a lot of people that, I mean, I'm not a fan of DOA, but I'm not a DOA hate channel. I'm not about to do a bunch of lives about DOA and, how I don't like them. I've done my videos and I've said what I said, and I moved on accordingly. And so have DOA supporters. Shout out to them. That's what you do. But y'all don't see me. I'm gonna expose this and that and the other. Do I agree with half of the shit that people do online? No, I don't. I don't. But it's not for me to be like the end all be all of it. Is what it is. Amber says, some of us second gens have been out for a very long time now and already gone through a bunch of drama and crap. And now we just want to spread peace and happiness. Thank you, Amber. That's what it is. MR has his own laundry list of bad deeds. It's just all more finger pointing. Right, Gaslit, you're right. That's fine, Rachel. You said Jamie finger pointing is easier than taking account. What do you mean? Jamie finger pointing. I don't know what you mean. DOA supporters were talking about you 3 days ago to make more drama. I don't care. I don't care, I promise you, because I'm not. I don't care what they were talking about. I know I blocked so many people. The way I see it, if you come in over here talking shit, I don't care. There are people when I first started talking, there was so many people that started following me on Twitter and IG, and they were tagging me, talking shit. And guess what I did? I blocked them. That's what I did. I blocked them because I don't give a shit about what they got to say about what I said. That's fine. I'm not the creator for them. That's on them. Guess what? May vaya con Dios. May Jesus be with you, because I don't know what else to say. I'm not going to sit there and argue with a bunch of people that don't like me. Why? I know. Why would I stay somewhere where I'm not wanted? Why? I got my own lane over here. MR finger pointing instead of taking accountability is at Jamie's comment. Oh, like I said. And then, Jamie has his own story. That's on Jamie. Everybody's allowed to have their own say about what's going on. Hate hurts the haters more than hate. What happened last night was so sad, and I feel sorry for him. And that's the thing, Rem. It's like I feel empathy. I feel a lot of empathy in my heart for Rinder. I do, for his family, his children, because I would never wish anything of anything. I never. That's not in me. It's not at all. On my worst enemy. Mm-mm. I don't know. Just say thank you. Um, I do, Lady Rivera. I do. And there's a lot of people that don't. That's fine. I have learned that I am not for everybody. I've learned that. There are times where shit gets to me, but honestly, it's just a reminder of why I'm just not for that person. Natalie is life without after a cult. Life after a cult. And you're right. Natalie has said, let me tell you something. I mean, Natalie, who has went through a loss this year, and it's so crazy because it's like, um, my husband's family is Polynesian, right? And so I understand that. I have lived that culture, uh, understanding how people deal with death in the Polynesian culture is very different than how people deal with death here. And so I have a lot of empathy in my heart and understanding. And, understand that her healing is completely different than what people expect her to do. One of the things that really hurt my heart is when people were criticizing her for any GoFundMe that she had, when y'all like, okay, and I would expect that if Mike's family needed a GoFundMe, that y'all would start one for them and that people would support him and the family. I don't give a shit. I don't care. But the way that her, like, what was I just couldn't understand how people went so below the belt that they criticized her for that. And that's one thing that I'm like, Lord have mercy. Some people, like, I don't know. How do you do that? You're right, Cheeks. The belt doesn't exist. Like, it just, when they say hit below the belt doesn't exist. Doesn't. It doesn't. Um, exactly. You could be the juiciest, ripiest peach, and there still be someone who doesn't like peaches. That's right. Well, yeah, there's peaches too. I just can't. That's right. You have to be able to be okay with people not liking you. There's a lot. My understanding is that there was a lot of things that were neglected from the videos. And like I said, I'm just processing this out loud. I have talked to a couple people offline about kind of what their thoughts are. And I felt um this shifting of blame. There was a lot. There's a lot that's not being said as well. But you know what? At the end of the day, this is his choice and his decision, and I respect whatever he decides to do. I have no hate in my heart. Like I said, I feel so bad that he's going through the things that he's going through with this family. Um, he'll never I don't think he'll ever watch anybody's videos. I'm sure I'm the least of the people. I'm sure that I'm not someone that he cared to think about or knows about or respects. That's fine. That's fine. You know, uh yeah, that's what I gotta say. Um, give me one sec, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to go in about 5 minutes, y'all. But I had to get this out of my head. There's some other stuff that I have to, get to and stuff, but this was important, and I might do another video processing this a little bit more because I'm not done. Like, I just, like, my head is just like all over the place. I don't have anything written. You know what I mean? You did? Amber says, I went to Tony's celebration of life and it was beautiful. So what I'm saying, Amber, is like, the celebration of life is a little bit different for everybody. So that's what I like when you go to like a Polynesian gathering or something like that, it's a little bit different. So that's why I was like, people that were criticizing that, I just felt some type of way about it. I was like, damn, like, okay, but that's just my opinion. I think that's what we can do is like pray for peace. Yeah, I'm still very stuffy. I'm not all the way 100, so that's why I didn't go live yesterday. I'm still draining. I'm doing better, but I'm still draining and my nose is really dry and it hurts. Um you said I hope he has seen his kids who are in Scientology. I feel I, you know, I hope that peace is made through that, but I don't think that there will be. I hope he has seen his kids who are in Scientology. If he has to do this to see them, he is forgiven. This is just my thought. His videos are a bad look. They're his choice. You know what I mean? Um, thank you, Monroe. Shout out to you, Monroe. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your picture, girl. Thank you. You said I don't know about his life, and uh, I wasn't even in a cult. Even if they're monstrous, I can't fully hate them or feel no sympathy as I haven't walked a mile in their shoes. I still have an opinion though. You're right. You're right, Sister Soul. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what to say other than it's a lot to put out there. And it wasn't everything. And I'm pretty sure it's probably because, you know, it's all about timing, right? It's all about timing. All of it. Becky's like, I'm sitting in my hands. I promise y'all, I will talk about this again. I just need to gather my thoughts because I'm just gonna go live and talk about it and see kind of where everybody's at. I will talk about this again. So Yeah, because it needs to be talked about again. It needs to be, and I want to talk about some other things that it pertains to this that I feel like this needs to be talked about. This needs to be talked about. It's about fucking time. I'm sorry. Like it is. It's gonna be talked about. All right. Um, I'll see you guys. All right. I gotta go. I gotta blow my nose too, and I don't want to do it on camera. And by the way, I got to do some shout outs too, but I'll do that probably in the next video. I'll see you guys later, okay? You guys have a good one, all right? Bye, guys. I got to go. This is too much.